Hi guys, this is Mr. Carl, and this is your April craft package. It's gonna come to you. So April is springtime, so we'll just dive right in. We're gonna start with the worksheet. So unfold our worksheet, and part of April is Earth Day. So this is an I Spy worksheet where we are celebrating Earth Day because these are all different Earth Day shapes. And the reason we're doing this exercise, is for both fine motor and visual motor skills. So our visual motor skills are going to be finding the same shapes. So for instance, I'm going to color all the stars yellow. And if staying in the lines of the stars is hard, remember we have our handy dandy wiki stick, and we just put it around our star, mush it down, and then coloring in the star is much easier. If you need more wiki sticks, let me know. I can find a way to get you some. And as usual, we're using our pincer or tripod grasp, tripod 3 fingers, pincer 2 finger, to color in our shapes. So there's all our stars. So I would suggest doing them one at a time like this. So we'll count up our stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll put a big 6 down here. If you're working on doing 6s or numbers, you could start with dots and then have your student take a different color and connect those dots to form your 6. So one of the reasons I picked this particular worksheet is because all these shapes are not the same. So we're working on something called form constancy. Basically that a star is a star is a star is a star, even if it's rotated slightly. You can see these are rotated both different directions, and they're different sizes. So this star is bigger than that star, but they're all stars. So that's kind of what we're working on there. And of course, we're also working on visual discrimination. So can you discriminate the star from the peace symbol, which we'll do next. We'll do the peace symbol orange. And you can trace your peace symbols, or you can color them in, kind of whichever is easiest for you. And then we'll do our water droplets blue. And so if your student is having difficulty finding the different water droplets or the different shapes, you could outline them and see if that helps them find them. And then they can go ahead and come back and color them in. Okay. We'll count up our water droplets. 1, 2, 3. And again, if we're working on doing our 3s, you can give your student dots. And your cue would be to try and stay inside the box. And they can connect the dots. Okay, next, we're going to do these flower pots. And we're going to do them pink. Or maybe brown, because pink's hard to see. And so the reason form constancy is important is because, kind of like we've explained in previous I Spy kind of worksheets, is if you have a letter like B and P and D and Q, they're all the same shape, they're just rotated. So understanding that these all are different things, but they look the same. It's something we work on with our writing. So we'll go back to our watering cans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 watering cans. And then our earths we'll color green. And same thing, you need your wick sticks. There you go. Now, if you're finding it hard to differentiate between some of these things, you could go through and maybe cross out some. So these hearts with the recycle sign we're not really looking for. So you could cross these out. Might be easier to then have to discriminate fewer objects. So color these guys green. And we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them. So it's much easier to discriminate and count up how many of the different shapes we have. If they're colored, it's much more challenging to do it when they're not colored. So if you're looking for more of a challenge, then maybe try and do it without coloring them. But if you're wanting it to be a little more easy, then work on your coloring skills and color them first. All right. So that is this craft, and as usual, I had my student down here at the bottom kind of do a big rectangle. We work on their name. If you need to, you could do some dots. And then connect the dots. And I find the box just helps give us some better reference for where to stay. All right, so that was our worksheet. Our next video will be making this very stylish springtime bracelet or anklet. All right, so stay tuned.